Hallelujah. There was once a story about a little boy who made a sailboat and he ran out of his house to go take it to a river. And he put it in the river and that boat sailed perfectly. But then there was great wind that blew it away. How does the wind blow? Good job. Then that boat was lost because the wind sailed it away. Then he went, the next day he was walking and he went into a shop and he saw his boat was right in the window. And he says, "That's my boat." And the owner said, "I'm sorry, I cannot help you. You have to buy the boat." And so he goes home and he starts working super hard. Actually, he works harder than some of you here at CFAM. And he kept on working until he finally got all the money back. And then he comes back to the store, he buys it back, and he takes that boat and he runs out with that boat. And he takes it up and he says, "Little boat, I have made you. Now I have bought you back."
All right, so positive feedback. We'll start over here again. What is it? Shock value. What was the shock value? CFAM. Isn't that good? Yeah. I mean, I don't agree, but go ahead. Who's next? Who? Somebody over here, yes. Lots of control. Yeah, very good. Really good. Yeah.
Lots of energy.
Yeah.
Like you just were so good at keeping some tension. 1 minute.
I want whatever you're on. What is it?
Lots of creativity.
Creativity. Yeah, very good.
Yeah, I like that he got the main details. He didn't tell the whole thing, but he
Right.
got the main details out.
Very true. Yep.
If this is a good criticism, but it didn't feel like you were playing for this, but for a giant audience. The
Right.
big sweeping work you were doing, like communicated large presence. You know?
Mm-hmm. Joe, do you want to say something?
Yeah, it was good cardio and preaching at the same time.
Leave it to Joe. Yeah.
He didn't commit the unforgivable sin.
Yes.
Filling out this form and he commanded my attention. So I was like,
Yeah. I actually wrote that on my notes that he did not commit the unforgivable sin. Yes. Yeah.
You used really good humor. You made us all laugh.
Yeah. So true. Yeah.
I feel like you're like a Michael Joe. Like a guy who is really,
Yeah.
with the children, and also how you engage the audience with the blowing is awesome.
Very good. Yeah. Somebody else had. Okay, so let's do criticism. Constructive, but criticism. Did you shave or something? Daniel, your face is so smooth. I didn't recognize this handsome man back there. Wow. It's like incognito. All right, constructive criticism. You look good, well, clean shaven. All right, you look like a preacher now, instead of a homeless guy. I'm just messing with you. Okay, who's next? Yes. What is it? One more time. Oh, he gave you. Well, yeah. I mean, you in a room like this, if he turns his back to you, he's facing them. So, I mean, did you feel like it was turned to you too long? Because, I mean, you can do that. If I'm talking to these people, you may see my back. I just need to make sure that I'm not doing that for 20 minutes, you know. Yeah. Who else? Criticism, yes. Yep.
He did that tense thing where he was speaking.
Did he
in present.
change tenses?
Yeah, he changed tenses. He says, you know, he does that thing. So keep it past tense.
Okay, good. Yes.
I think that maybe sometimes it's a little bit slower or something.
Slow down a little?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yep.
I like the
Yeah. Yeah. So let me interject. So you're an interesting one because you have very high energy, and I think if you were in a school, like in the school context, it would be perfect. In a crusade context, it would have felt a little bit low, the energy. As strange as that sounds. It's not your energy, it's the tone. You got to get your tone up and preach to that big crowd. Let me see, there was a couple other things. Most of what you did was amazing. You had a lot of energy. You had a lot of body language. You're one of the few that I would actually ask you to dial it back just a little bit. Not that you dial it back totally, but that you utilize, like if you're going to run across the room, there needs to be a reason why you're doing that. You know what I mean? It needs to be a part of the story somehow. But I'll tell you one thing that he did really well with that, which is that if he had just run across the room that one time, it would have seemed a little erratic and a little bit insane. But because he did it a second time, you bought it. Now, so here's a secret, okay? If you make a mistake, do it again. No, I mean, now don't take that as gospel. But I actually had a piano teacher years ago that told me, say, if you're playing a really complicated piece of music and you mess up on a verse, next time around on the verse, make the exact same mistake. Everybody will think you planned it. Everybody will think it was on purpose. So that doesn't always work, but sometimes you can take a thing like that would otherwise be this like hanging Chad kind of a thing, just out there dangling, nobody knows really what to do with it. If you do it again and you make it part of this repeating theme in the story, then people accept it. It kind of makes sense. And so you did well on that score. Very, very good, Roman. Good job. He did not commit the unforgivable sin.